Alice Gould, the name is synonymous with scandal, intrigue, and a baffling dose of self-made celebrity. Even while on the run, she cultivated a public persona more akin to a social media influencer than a fugitive. The world first took notice of Gould during a Senate probe into Philippine offshore gaming operators. Her alleged involvement in these shadowy online gambling ventures thrust her into the spotlight. Yet, it was her audacious attitude and carefully curated image that truly captivated the public. Gould seemed to relish the attention. She was constantly surrounded by an entourage documenting her every move for her legions of online followers. Even as the accusations against her mounted, her social media presence remained defiant. She portrayed herself as a victim, a successful businesswoman unfairly targeted by jealous rivals. And for a time it seemed to work. People were drawn to her confidence, her seeming invincibility. They overlooked the mounting evidence, choosing instead to believe in the glamorous persona she projected. But the truth, as it always does, eventually began to surface. The facade of the untouchable celebrity began to crack, revealing the alleged criminal mastermind beneath. The story of Alice Gould is one of deception, manipulation, and the intoxicating allure of fame. It's a story that raises questions about our obsession with celebrity culture and the blurred lines between justice and spectacle. The Philippine Senate launched an investigation into pogos in 2023. These operations, catering to Chinese clientele, were shrouded in suspicion. Senators suspected pogos of money laundering, tax evasion, and human trafficking. Alice Gould emerged as a central figure. Linked to Zunyuan Technology Inc., suspected of illegal pogos, Gould denied wrongdoing, claiming to be a consultant, but the Senate wasn't convinced. Her lavish lifestyle seemed at odds with her claims. Senators questioned Gould's true identity. Documents suggested she might be using an alias. She might actually be Guo Huaping, wanted for financial crimes. These revelations sent shockwaves through the Philippines. The investigation stumbled upon a potential international criminal. As the investigation deepened, the allegations against Alice Gould became increasingly serious. She was accused of human trafficking, exploiting vulnerable individuals from neighboring countries and forcing them to work in her illegal gambling operations. The Philippine National Police raided several pogo facilities linked to Gould. They found hundreds of foreign workers living in squalid conditions, their passports confiscated, their movements restricted. These victims painted a harrowing picture of abuse and exploitation at the hands of Gould and her associates. The investigation did not stop there. Documents obtained by investigators linked Gould to Chinese intelligence agencies. Some officials began to suspect she was using her pogo businesses as a front for espionage, gathering information and cultivating influence within the Philippines. The weight of evidence against Gould was mounting. The glamorous facade she had so carefully constructed was crumbling. Yet, even as arrest warrants were issued, she remained defiant. Gould continued to proclaim her innocence, portraying herself as a victim of a political witch hunt. In a dramatic turn of events, Alice Gould was apprehended in Malaysia. She had managed to evade Philippine authorities for months, but her luck finally ran out. Gould was extradited back to the Philippines to face the charges against her. Her return to the country was nothing short of astonishing. She emerged from the airplane not with her head hung low, but with a triumphant smile. Surrounded by a phalanx of lawyers and supporters, she addressed the waiting media, proclaiming her innocence and vowing to clear her name. Gould seemed unfazed by the gravity of the accusations against her. She was granted bail on some of the lesser charges, but a non-bailable warrant remained for human trafficking. Still, she carried herself with the same air of confidence and defiance, even as she faced the prospect of years, if not decades, behind bars. The case of Alice Gould has sparked a fierce debate in the Philippines and beyond. Some see her as a ruthless criminal who used her wealth and influence to exploit the vulnerable. Others view her as a scapegoat, a successful businesswoman targeted by a corrupt system. Her trial is ongoing and the world is watching. But amidst the legal proceedings, one question lingers: is Alice Gould a master manipulator who has cleverly cultivated a celebrity persona to distract from her alleged crimes? Or is she truly a victim of circumstance, caught in a web of political intrigue and false accusations? The lines between justice and spectacle have become blurred in the case of Alice Gould. Her trial is not merely about determining her guilt or innocence. It's about our fascination with celebrity, our willingness to believe in carefully constructed narratives, and the often uneasy intersection of wealth, power, and the pursuit of justice.